Hi guys, it's Mama Doe Dawn and Baby Fun Charlotte. Who is that in the camera? Who is that? Today I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of an unconventional parenting route that I've taken, and the fact that I do not use child locks throughout my home. I do want to start out by clarifying a few things. I'm a single mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I also work full-time from home. With that being said, I can be 100% present for Charlotte and really supervise her while she is doing things throughout the day. So that will play a part in some of my reasoning for why I don't use child locks. But I also wanted to talk about some of the other reasons that people might not really think through. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a tour of my bathroom and my kitchen, where all of the cabinets are that do not have any child locks on them that Charlotte can access, and just kind of talk you through everything that I keep in those cabinets, what she's allowed to pull out, and how I handle the things that she isn't supposed to touch. So for the most part, all of my cabinets and the lower drawers that are accessible to her are filled with things that she can play with. Non-breakable items, plastic items, pots and pans, natural cleaners, dish rags, things like that that are not dangerous to her. With that being said, there are a couple lotions and cleaners that she is not allowed to play with, and those are no-no items. And one of the reasons that I don't use child locks is that those items have allowed me to teach her boundaries and to teach her the word no. She knows what items she isn't supposed to play with, and she is so determined to hold on to the camera herself. Here, do you want to go on the floor? So because I don't have child locks on any of my cupboards, she has already learned what specific items she is not supposed to play with. She can hand me our cleaning sprays, but she cannot play with them. And she knows that, and she does listen to no, and she understands that there are certain things that she is not supposed to do. I've given her a salt shaker to attempt to keep her entertained. But yes, she's going to bang it now. That's lovely. Another reason that I don't use child locks is that at 15 months, Charlotte can't really communicate with words, but she can communicate some with signs. We do a little bit of sign language. And then also by showing me the items that she wants me to use. So she has access to bowls, to bottles, to sippy cups. So if she's thirsty, she can pick up a sippy cup and bring it to me, and I know to get her water, and she does do that. If she wants milk, she can bring me the bottle. If she's hungry, she can bring me a bowl or a plate, and that is a way that she is allowed to communicate. She can go to the cupboard herself and bring me those items and show me what she wants, and I think that that has really allowed our communication to become a lot more clear, and it gives her a sense of independence and just a new way to socialize with me that wouldn't have been capable if I had child locks and she didn't have all of those things accessible to her. And I just mentioned independence. I am one of those parents who I take a step back. I don't hover over Charlotte when we go to the park. I let her run off on her own. I let her fall down and get back up. I let her experiment in dangerous situations to an extent. Obviously, I'm not going to let her do anything where she's going to die or anything like that. But if she wants to go up a hill that I think may be a bit too steep for a 15-month-old to climb, but she wants to try and truck her way up there, I will let her, and I'll let her take her little tumbles and get back up and continue trying. So the cupboards are another way that I allow her to have that sense of independence within the home. She sees me accessing these cupboards all day long, and she often joins me on certain things. When I'm cooking, she'll pull out a pot herself, and she will make some little food with me. When I am cleaning, she will also pull out a dish rag and she will wipe down the cupboards while I'm wiping down the counter. Of course, hers isn't wet, so doesn't really clean them, but it is neat to see that she can mimic my behavior, and she has her own sense of self. She can grab those items and do things on her own. It's a learning experience for her, and it really allows her to be a part of the family dynamic and all the little activities that I do throughout the day, because she isn't banned in participating from them. Just because I may be at a higher level, I may be cooking on the stove where she can't obviously help me, she can still sit on the ground with a pot or a pan and kind of do the same thing that mommy's doing, just in a much safer way for her. And because those items are accessible to her, she is allowed to pull those things out and behave like an adult would to a certain extent for a 15-month-old, and to just have that independence that I think has really allowed her to grow and really feel a part of everything that I'm doing throughout the day. So I don't have to restrict her and give her just baby toys while I'm doing these more adult-like things. And they're things that she should be able to participate in. Cooking is a fun family activity. And granted, she's only 15 months old, but if she wants to take a mixing spoon in a bowl and bang it around while I'm baking myself, then why shouldn't she be able to do that? And in the bathroom when I'm taking a bath, why shouldn't she be able to take out some baby washcloths or a loofah or some soap bars and stack them up, or whatever she may want to do? So she just has restricted access to things. And like I said before, there are some things that she knows she's not allowed to play with. And that also allows me to set boundaries in a way where she still has a lot of things accessible to her. She can pick something else within the cupboard to play with. But she does have that idea of rules being present within the home. So yeah, I haven't seen any other YouTubers talk about this, and I really wanted to make a video discussing it because it's something that I feel has worked out really well for Charlotte and I. I'm not sure if I would be able to continue to do this in the future if I have other small children, because keeping an eye on multiple small children and ensuring that they're not getting into what they're not supposed to might be a little more difficult. But for one kid like Charlotte, it's something that works well for us. And it is a little controversial, and I completely understand if some people do not think that it's a good idea. I realize that child locks are recommended for a reason, but I do keep a close eye on her, and it does open up a lot of opportunities for us that wouldn't be available if there were child locks in my home. Okay guys, now I'm going to give you a quick tour of the cupboards and drawers that are accessible to Charlotte throughout my house. Guys, so we're going to start in the kitchen at this cupboard, which is under the sink. As you can see on the outside of the cupboard here, we have a towel that she can just take off and play with if she wants to. And then the inside. So over in this container, we have mop pads that have been put through the wash, sponges that haven't been used yet, extra clean dish towels, and some vacuum head attachments that have been sanitized. I don't use those very often, but when I do use them, I just quickly sanitize them and then put them back. And then in the back, just a bunch of plastic bowls that I purchased for a baby shower that I never had, and she can pull those out and stack them or whatever. We have potting soil that occasionally she gets into, but for the most part she leaves that alone. And then we have the lint roller there. All of the cleaners are locked, and she can pull them out, but we have a no policy on that, where I tell her no if she begins to play with them or anything. She can hand them to me. She can bring them to me. You want to bring it to me? She's looking to make sure it's okay. Thank you. And usually she'll only pull these out because she knows that they're no items. We've taught her that. But she'll usually only pull them out if she sees that I'm cleaning and she kind of wants to do what I'm doing. So if I'm spraying a bottle for something, she will grab one and want to participate in that as well. So I end up usually just giving her a washcloth so she can wipe like I am. So that is what is under here. Hold on, kiddo. Now we'll go to this corner between the stove and the dishwasher. This is a really weirdly shaped cabinet, but in here we just have flexible cutting boards in the bottom with some Tupperware lids that I've lost the bottom of the Tupperware for, but I still use to cover things when I cook them in the microwave. And then on the top are plastic serving platters, and she can just pull those out, and she usually takes them over to a little table toy she has and like pretends to cook with them. It's super cute. You see yourself? That's pretty dirty. Probably from your little sticky hands all over it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Okay, so now we'll go to this other cupboard here. Let's open this one up, Charlotte. This one is missing a few things that I haven't put away there in the fridge with leftovers, but we have all of our pots and pans and crock pot. The crock pot is way too heavy. She can't lift that out, either of the crock pots. And then the pots and pans she can bring out and bang on the lids and bang on the pots. It's just a fun little activity for her if she wants to make noise. We have this cupboard on the other side of the oven, and this has just pretty much any plastic container that I have. She can pull them out. She can stack them like blocks. She will sometimes bring a bowl to me if she's hungry, and she's going to get on in there right now. There are plates at the top there. There was Pedialyte in the back. But basically these are just all the plastic foodware items I have that she can safely pull out, play with, do whatever she wants with. And as you can see, I save like anything. My mom buys lunch and brings it sometimes during the weekday, and I save any of the containers that she brings. I clean them out and yeah, just kind of store them to reuse myself, and then of course they make nice little building blocks for Charlotte. I also have a bag of rice over there that I basically just didn't have an upper cabinet to store it in, but it is safe for her. It's completely sealed, so we got the rice down there too. Hi. On the other side of my kitchen, I have this kind of like coffee center with everything up here she cannot reach, but below there she can. So we'll go over. We have some cooking utensils in here, like a whisk over here, clothespins that I keep an eye on because they do have this small part, but she usually doesn't play with those. She just dumps them out. And popsicle holders, and then cleaning cloths that she can pull out. She likes to like wipe things while I'm cleaning as well. All of her bibs, her bottles, and her sippy cups are accessible to her, so she can grab a bottle and bring it to me if she's thirsty, or a sippy cup depending on what she wants to drink. And yeah, that is kind of just our kitchen areas. Now we will move on to the bathroom. So I have the plunger and toilet brush behind this cat litter box that actually holds her dirty cloth diapers, a trash can that stays empty for the most part because she will get into it. As you can see, I don't have toilet paper on the toilet paper holder, and that is because she will tear it apart. So it's up high. She can't reach anything up here. She can't reach anything up here or in these two top drawers, but she does get into, she has her box of toys over there. The bubble bath is sealed, but we do not come in the bathroom unless I'm taking a bath, so I can watch and make sure that she isn't getting into that. That's another no item, like the cleaning supplies in the kitchen cabinet, but she can bring it to me if she wants bubbles in the bath. Her little toilet there, the scale, and then in the bathtub, everything is basically on that side, but I do have this Himalayan sea salt scrub that stays on this side that she can shake around if she wants to. I made it myself, and I know that it only has coconut oil and Himalayan sea salt in it, so it's safe. It's okay. And then down here in this cupboard, we have hairbrushes, cleaning cloths, coconut oil, and disposable menstrual pads, all of which she can pull out and play with if she wants to. And under the cabinet, we have all of her lotions. These are somewhat no items. Some of them she can pull out and play with. She kind of knows which ones she can and can't, and some of them are no items that I will take away because I don't want her accidentally opening them and adjusting them. Some of them just aren't opened, the seal isn't broken yet, so she can play with those ones. The bath brush is always sanitized after I use it, so she can play with that. The sealed container of cotton swabs I watch her carefully with, cotton balls, because if she were to take one out, she would choke on it, but she can kind of pull out the entire container, and as long as it stays closed, which it does, she can play with that. The soap bars she likes to pull out and just stack, and she can do that. And then there's a sealed thing of toilet paper that she is also allowed to pull out and play with. As you can see, like one of the great parts of, oh, that brush looks awful. And yeah, that is our bathroom, which she brought the lint roller to. Awesome. Good job, Charlotte. No, that's not a hairbrush. She just had the hairbrushes out. Now she thinks the lint roller is a hairbrush. Oh, you're too cute. You're silly. And that is a tour of the cupboards and drawers that Charlotte can get into and a little bit about all of the items within those. So yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.